Oh dear, I'm a bit embarrassed to say this, but could any of you, one of you, please come over and help me? You see, I'm in a bit of a bind. I have a problem, and that is, I have a stick stuck up my ass, so it makes it really difficult for me to bend over and to pick things up from the ground. And on top of that, I have another problem, and that is, my arms seem to have gotten glued to my side, so as you can see, it's very hard to reach over to grab things. So if one of you could please help me, I'm greatly sorry for this problem. I never thought installing an Xbox 360 would be this difficult, so please, someone, come over and help me, so that I may continue to do more videos laying on the top of my bed. Thank you, please hurry.
First of all, I hope all of you had a happy Halloween. Ooh, you know what? I miss Paul Bear. Ooh, ooh, I have ice cubes on my balls. Ooh, and now it is time for the subscriber of the day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again it is time to give acknowledgement and recognition to one of your fellow wrestling fans, and the one randomly selected this time is Cruiser of Chaos. Congratulations, you are our subscriber of the day. Tune in next time to see who will be our next subscriber of the day. Okay, now, as many of you know by now, I went to Cyber Sunday and Bound for Glory back-to-back front row. And this is a comparison of the experiences. Bottom line, the WWE experience absolutely does not come close to the TNA experience. Now, hold on a second, Cena lovers. Hold on. Before you type your hate letters, let me explain myself. Let me give my reasoning. First of all, both shows were very, very enjoyable. I was highly satisfied with both of them. And the odds are you're going to enjoy them. Like, whether it's WWE or TNA or WCW and ECW back then, if you go to a live event, whether it's a TV taping or a house show or a pay-per-view or whatever, odds are you're going to have a pretty good time. And I had a very good time, okay? But when you just go to them back-to-back, okay, it's like two different universes, and the TNA universe just completely beats the WWE universe. And let me give the reasons. 3 reasons. 1, hospitality. 2, the fans. And 3, the action. Okay? First is the hospitality. Okay? The main difference between the WWE experience and the TNA experience is that when you go to a WWE show, you feel like you're watching a show, but when you go to a TNA show, you feel like you're part of the show. Okay? When the arena doors open, you have TNA staff, not arena staff, TNA staff greeting you, saying hello, welcoming you in, asking you how long you've been in wrestling, starting conversations with you, taking you to your seats. You have Jeremy Borash in the ring talking to the fans. Hey, how you doing? We need you guys. We need you guys to be loud. We need you guys to contribute to the show, to make this the greatest TNA event ever. In breaks, Don West and Mike Tenay, they would be pointing at signs, high-fiving fans, shaking hands. They acknowledged the crowd and the importance of their presence. They absolutely showed their appreciation for us. Now, on the other hand, the WWE event, it was just so much colder by experience. The only one who acknowledged the crowd that I knew of was Lillian Garcia. She started the event by welcoming us, and then after the main, thanks for coming, see you later, have a safe trip home, and that's it. No acknowledgement of the crowd whatsoever. JR, King, Bradshaw, Michael Cole, they spent the whole night going like this. just staring down, even during breaks. And when little kids would yell, hey, King, totally ignore, you know. I don't know whether they were told to do that or whether months of Cena boost trained them to ignore the crowd. But basically, we were watching a show. We were watching a performance. We had nothing to do with it as far as they were concerned. And that's fine, technically. You know, they have no obligation to acknowledge us. You know, we're there to watch the show. But it just makes it so much better when it does. It makes the environment so much warmer. It's just so much of a better customer experience that TNA provided. And that just made all the difference in the world, okay? Now, the second thing is the fans, okay? The TNA fans absolutely blew the WWE fans away. And you don't even need to believe me, just watch the tapes. And Bound for Glory, they were going nuts from the time the first match started till the time the last match ended. Everyone was on their feet, never sitting down once, jumping around, bouncing shoulders, pumping their fists in the air. Even the cameramen were getting into it. They were pumping their fists next to the camera. Everyone went nuts for the whole show. And all of you know how much a crowd adds to the show. Now watch the Cyber Sunday. Watch me. I was like the only one standing up in the crowd, you know? Like my friend actually called me on my cell phone during the event because he was watching and he literally said, hey, dude, why are you like the only one standing up ringside? You know, everyone for the most part was just sitting on their asses, you know? How sad is it that the only one standing ringside, pumping his fist in the air, trying to get into it, is the guy that prefers TNA, you know? Everyone is like just sitting, and I'm not blaming Washington, D.C., you know? D.C. is an awesome wrestling town, and in past, remember Backlash 2000? That was in D.C., and the crowd was absolutely bonkers, you know? But now everyone's just sitting down, being quiet, you know, not doing anything. There were barely any signs either, you know? I don't blame DC. I just think it's a reflection of the product. You know, when I went to WWE events, they were in 2000 and back in the Attitude Era, they were as loud, if not louder, than Bound for Glory. Okay? So basically, right now, the TNA fan experience completely blew the WWE fan performance out of the water. Now, the third thing is the action. I think Bill and Doug said something about how WWE matches were watered down and slower, you know. You can't get more truth than that, okay? After watching the X Division, after watching Bound for Glory, the WWE matches looked like they were going in slow motion, okay? Like, Joe Christian completely blew Triple H Umaga away. And I liked the Umaga match. That was one of my favorite matches in the card. I thoroughly enjoyed that match, but it was just completely blown away by TNA, you know? One of my favorite matches on the card was actually the dark match, Deuce and Domino versus these two losers, you know. They should have had that on the air instead of the Diva Halloween costume contest. I loved that match. That was a great match. But even that was blown away by the TNA dark match with the Motor City Machine Guns versus Joey Mercury and some ham and egger. You know, but yeah, the TNA action is just makes the WWE action looks like child's play. You know, it just looks like it's going in slow motion. I mean, I enjoyed it, but you know, it just feels so much watered down, especially when I'm doing it back to back. You know, in fact, one of the better action scenes in the event came out outside the ring. I am not kidding, okay? These two Cena fans were getting into a fight in the crowd. Imagine these two kids, all right? They're wearing their chain gang shirts. They have their little plastic spinny necklaces. One of them had the spinny belt, all right? And they were like getting into each other's faces. One of them had the foam knuckles. I am not kidding. And they were like about to get in a fight, like getting face to face, like Hogan Andre. Like, it was just a complete joke. You know how like the event staff usually break? They didn't even break it up for a while. You know, like the two guys were, hey, yo, dog. You know, get out of my face, dog. This is my seat, dog. You know, and the event staff were just like, you know, they let it go on for like 5 minutes before finally breaking it up. You know, that was like the best action of the show. But yeah, why would Cena fans? I just don't get Cena. I'm sorry for going off on Cena again, but I just don't get Cena fans. Why do you do that? You know, like nobody's gonna take you seriously when you make yourself look like an idiot. This is you. This is you. This is me. Why won't you take me seriously?